Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into A Promised Land by none other than the 44th President of the United States, Barack Obama. This memoir is not just about politics, but a personal reflection on his journey to the White House, the trials of leadership, and his vision for the future of America. Whether you're a political junkie or just curious about what goes on behind the scenes in Washington, this is a must-read. So let's explore the key takeaways from A Promised Land together. Let's start with the beginning of Obama's political journey. In A Promised Land, he reflects on his early life and the experiences that shaped his worldview. He takes us through his time as community organizer in Chicago, his journey to the Illinois State Senate, and his eventual rise to the US Senate. What's fascinating is that Obama's candidness about his doubts, even when he began his campaign for president. He wasn't sure if the country was ready for him, a relatively unknown black senator with a funny name, as he jokes in the book. But A Promised Land is also about hope. Obama shares how, despite these doubts, he believed deeply in the potential for America to change, to progress. His optimism was rooted in his faith in people, the belief that ordinary citizens, when united by a common purpose, could achieve extraordinary things. This belief fueled his decision to run for president, leading to one of the most historic campaigns in American history. Obama's 2008 campaign was built on themes of hope and change, inspiring millions across the country. In the book, he describes the sheer energy and excitement of that moment, but he also gives us a behind-the-scenes look at the challenges he faced, like balancing his family life with the demands of a presidential run. Once Obama takes us into the White House, the tone of the book shifts. The presidency is a massive responsibility, and A Promised Land dives deep into the complexity of leadership. Early on, Obama discusses the financial crisis of 2008. It's here that you really start to see the weight of the office on his shoulders. He writes about the urgency of the moment, how he had to make rapid decisions to stabilize the economy, decisions that would affect millions of lives. He walks us through key moments like the passing of a stimulus package and the auto industry bailout. What makes this section so grappling is Obama's honesty about the struggles. He doesn't shy away from discussing his frustrations, the political gridlock, the compromises that didn't sit well with him, and the constant tug-of-war between ideals of reality. He also reflects on what's it like to be the first African-American president, a symbol of progress for some but a target for intense criticism from others. Now, Obama's presidency was packed with major milestones, and A Promised Land covers them all with incredible detail. One of the most significant achievements he discusses is the passing of the Affordable Care Act, or Obamacare as many knows it. He takes us behind the scenes of the intense negotiations, the political battles, and the hard decisions that had to be made to get the bill passed. But through it all, you get a sense of how passionate Obama was about expanding healthcare to millions of Americans. He saw it as not just a policy win, but a moral victory, an act of government fulfilling its duty to help the vulnerable. Of course, there are many major moments too, like the mission that led to the killing of Osama bin Laden. Obama gives a detailed account of the tension in the room during the operation and what it meant for the country. He also touches on foreign policy challenges, including the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, the Arab Spring, and the delicate diplomacy involved in these regions. Obama shows us that leadership isn't just about making bold decisions, but also navigating the gray areas of governance. What really makes A Promised Land stand out from other political memoirs is the personal touch. Obama doesn't just focus on policy, he reflects on the toll on presidency took on his family, particularly his wife Michelle and their two daughters, Malia and Sasha. He writes about the pressures they faced, the times they were apart, and how they tried to keep life as normal as possible in the fishbowl that is the White House. There is a poignant moment when he shares how Michelle, while supportive of his career, had her own reservations about the life of political spouse. Obama's honesty about his marriage and fatherhood makes this memoir feel deeply human. Finally, Obama ends the book by looking forward. He reflects on what America stands for and the ideals he believes in: democracy, justice, and equality. He acknowledges that while his presidency wasn't perfect, he remained committed to the idea of progress. As he puts it, the work of perfecting the Union is ongoing, and every generation has a role to play. It's clear from A Promised Land that Obama sees his story as part of a much larger narrative, the story of America itself. It's a call to all of us to stay engaged, to keep pushing for change, and to believe in the power of democracy. So that's A Promised Land in a nutshell. Barack Obama offers us an insightful, honest, and often personal look at his time in office, the lessons he learned, and the challenges of leadership. Whether you agree with his politics or not, this memoir provides a fascinating look at the presidency, told through lenses of one of the most compelling figures in modern history. If you've read A Promised Land, let me know in the comments what stood out to you. And if you haven't yet, I highly recommend picking up a copy. It's a deep, thoughtful read that reminds us all of the power of hope and importance of working together toward a bright future. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. Take care.